All right, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, man, was running just a second late. As you know, oh crap, I was running late, and give me one more second. Give me. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Running a little bit late today. What's good to everybody in the chat? Miami Snoopy, what's going on, man? Brothers UK. Giovanni Crumble in the building. What's going on, Justin Hawkins? Hit that, yeah, hit that like now, man. Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes. Hold on one second. Yes, sir. Tay Brown, what is happening? Always good to see you. Damn if I do. What's going on? Matthew Valentine, always good to see you, sir. Stephen Young in the building, salute to you as well. Tay Brown in the building says, good morning, Fannon and Don. Good morning to you. Tay, we're going to have some fun today. For sure, Tay. It was real corny. I know it was corny. Just in case you know. You doubted me. Bumpy Thompson in the building. Says salute to the chat. Hold on one second. Yeah, let me get this a little more right. Fix this a little bit. Steve J in the building. Salute to you, my man, Steve J. Melvin Harris in the building. Terrence Chavis in the building. Hold on. I cannot sing, I know, but hold on. I gotta see something. Hope you guys are well, and man, I cannot believe if you are not signed up to the Instagram, go to the Instagram and sign up, please. Hold on one second. I got something for you. Hopefully I can do it and get to it really quickly, but I swear I see something incredible going on. I want y'all to see. You guys will love it. Let me see if I can get how I can get this done. Do. All right. All right. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do something. I got a treat for y'all early in the show while people come in to the chat. I got something special for you. All right, can you see that? Need to see. I don't know if you can see that. Tell me if you guys see what I just put up. Let me know if you could see if that square was there. What's going on, Southern T Boxing? Said just cuz I mess with you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, y'all can see that? Okay, that's what's up. Oh yeah, it's a superstar. Let me show you this superstar who shall remain nameless because I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the kid. But just put it this way: follow Mr. Chavis. It's his family. Go to and check this kid out, man. This is like serious. This is special stuff. This is hard work right here. This is what we gonna support this around these parts. Okay. All right, here you go. Watch it smack. Bow. Changing levels. Hey, man, this girl will whoop half you dudes up out there, just so you know. Whoop half you. Whoop half of you. Man, look at the footwork. Look at the skills. Look at the hard work being put in here, man. What y'all kids doing? Gotta love it, man. Look at that father, man. They say black fathers don't take care of business. That's some dumb shit. That's not true. Look at this man out here with his daughter. She like it too. Look at that hook. Yeah. This is what it's about, man. I'm telling you. Join the Instagram, man. Follow my man on Instagram. Put the name in the chat, man. Put the name in the chat. This is training. This is just it's kids sports, beautiful. Hey, he don't even want to move his hands. Don't even want to move his hands. Out. Look at the footwork. Bow. Oh, the check hook. Got the check hook. Not a check hook. Bow. Oh. Hard work, dedication. Hard work and dedication. Tick, 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 tick. Yes, sir. Told you. Got some skills, dog. Congratulations, Pops. That's nice right there, dog. That's nice right there, man. That's nice right there. All right. What's good, Underground Asylum? Fannon, salute. Just my support for the channel. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, this right there is the first $5 donation. I'm telling you guys from right now, I'm trying to, over the next year, raise $50,000 to put a kid through at least the first 2 years of law school. And this is going to be donated when I raise it to a specific law school, and you guys will see the presentation of it. So Underground Asylum, because I started doing it today, October 27th. Thank you very much. And first $5 that we make. Now I just got what's five? Somebody do the math. How many more $5 super chats before we get to $50,000? That ain't gonna happen in a year here. Obviously, it's gonna be doing other things. But I just want to note you on the chat. Thank you guys for so much for your support, man. We're gonna do things in the community, man, and not just talk about them. So thank you very much. Much love in that super chat, man. All right, now let's get around and talking this boxing. Isaiah Jones said, "Black excellence." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking good. Shaver said, "Thank you for not." Oh man, come on, man. Hey, put your Instagram in there, man, so they can follow her, and they can see her on a regular basis, man. My main man, the maestro. But nah, what's good, man? How you doing, man? What is going on, man? $10, yep, $5 of love. So there, well, it's $5 specifically. Much love in that super chat to my man Stephen Jones. Man, we got another one. Much love in that super chat to Mr. Finesse. And Stephen Jones said, here's some more Future Black Lawyer. Hashtag Future Black Lawyer. Thank you. Because we definitely going to make it, man. Thank you. And that, you know what? Matter of fact, dude, in the super chats, that I will donate the super chats to that. Just all the super chats are going to go towards that. So thank you very much. Because just to tell you the truth, dude, I'm good on money. You guys support so much through like the live streams, and you guys really, I mean, not through the live streams, you really support so much in the videos, and and just, thank you guys so much. Howard Law School. Terry Schmoot, Howard Law, HU. That's my plan. Either HU Law or Southern Law in Baton Rouge. Just depends. But it's going to be an HBCU. But I'm going to promise you, it's either going to be Southern Law, it's either going to be Southern University or Howard University. But more than likely, my alma mater, Howard University, Bisons. I would love to be able to walk in and say, this is what my community did, our community did. And because I say that a lot of these guys need to take this money for these watches and stuff and put somebody through school. So if I can do it through the donations and the super chat and other things, yeah, man, I'll do it. Then we can say that I did that, and the LDBC helped me do that, and other people who are not in the LDBC helped me do that. But we mobilized a boxing community to do something. Because as I review like all these contracts and stuff, man, I was sitting down talking to one of my friends he's got a law firm in New York and DC, and he's writing some contracts for me. Or actually, like, what he's not doing, he's coming up with like a bunch of term sheets for me. But that's because his law firm has a bunch of different experts that he can call on that I can't really do. So I was talking to him, and we were talking about boxing, just kicking it about contracts. And he was like, I was like, damn, it's the first time in a long time I've talked to somebody that really knows what he's talking about, you know? And I was like, dang, dudes. And it's like the shit that I'm saying to him is like really, you know, it was obvious type shit. So, and I'm actually going to have him on this. And so, you know, I'm actually going to have him, you know, on probably Instagram so that we can talk about contracts because, you know, this dude's very, very experienced. And I know, you know, that you guys hear from me a lot, but he's really a lot better at explaining stuff like in one sentence. Like, very, very practical dude, man. But thank you so much for your support. But understand that's what it is. Even if you hating the super chat, Doug. Oop, that was really stupid. Hey, man, thank you, man. Devin Blocker said, salute, Fannon. Yes, hey, man, salute to you. Thank you so much. God dang. I just spilled coffee on myself. But thank you for supporting the cause. That's another reason, man. Please follow me on the Instagram because I know we can do stuff like that, man. But we can, all the stuff we're doing here, talking boxing, kicking back, man, doing that. You know, I realize, dude, it's like, man, I'm passing up soup. That's real stuff that somebody could use. You know what I mean? And who knows, man, that law student might be your kid. You know? But I don't think that I'm probably going to give it to a scholarship to the school. So that way that they can say, but for a specific purpose. And for a student that's interested in a certain thing. When you have funds like that, you can create a scholarship, donate it, and be like, I want this to go specifically to this cause. And I'm telling you, if you put out black lawyers that really understand the sports, very, very, Al Haim, I'll get into it in the conversation when we get into the video, but I wanted to do that. Those are a couple of announcements that I had, and I'll remind people of that just so you guys know that that's why I'm pushing. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to be really pushing very, very hard on the channel, because I want just to, you know, we talk boxing, but we can turn, you know what alchemy is? Alchemy is like, people think it's, you know, when they think about it, it's like, oh, turning any base metal into gold. Well, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be like boxing alchemy. I would love to turn our conversations into something that somebody can use and it can benefit them in their lives. You know what I mean? And so that's why I've told people I want to grow the channel. I want to do these things, and we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff and be, you know, practical at the same time, man, and make, you know, be profitable and give you guys value. But these super chats right here, all this stuff, because you guys are giving this to me in support of what I'm doing. Okay, I'm telling you where I make mine. I make mine from the memberships, from the Patreon, from the videos. But these live streams, dude, I can definitely do 2 hours a day and dedicate my time and dedicate my money, my mornings on Sunday mornings and the interviews and all that. I can definitely donate all of that, you know, to to what was it? Hashtag build a black lawyer. I would absolutely positively give every dime of all of this stuff towards that. And have a fiduciary duty to produce it. Not no shit where you be like, it never happened. I'll count it. Like, nah, we're on our way. This all is the money we're raising. So I'll put out a report, count what the super chats are, and say, hey, man, this is how much we've raised in our community for this particular cause. And I'll be accountable for it. Thank you very much. And accountable to it for Patreon members and people like that are serious, not just any fucking Joe Blow trying to count people's pocketbooks and shit like that. You know what I mean? But people that are really true to the community and really do want to turn this boxing conversation and see that what we talk about with like what the WBC is about is real. Okay, so let's get into the show. I'm going to read these super chats and I'm going to connect that right to the show because I want to understand that the WBC can get their money too. WBC can give their money to the cause too. Anybody who want to help, you know what I mean? But if you out here waving, and not that I'm asking, trust me, I'm not. If you want to wave this, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, money talks and bullshit walks. Money talks. See what happens when I listen to people about my chapstick? Where's my chapstick at, man? Forgive me. I don't have my chapstick near me. It disappeared. Money talks, bullshit walks. Money talks, bullshit walks. So giving two dudes that are older than me some replica crappy ass belt, green belt that says Black Lives Matter, while you have policies that absolutely positively tell you that black boxers don't matter. You care about franchises. And the franchise could be somebody that is either Canelo Alvarez, who's a great boxer, who the argument could be made for, and somebody like Teofimo Lopez, who, dog, for real, come on, man, he beat a hype job. He has not yet sold any major tickets. He has not yet done anything to deserve a franchise based on the description that you gave it originally. And Devin Haney is running around acting, saying, like, hey, man, you're saying I'm a champion, but then you say, nah, he's not a champion. Oh, but Devin Haney ain't a champion. Right? He ain't a champion. But Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd and Mike Tyson are going to be Black Lives Matter champions. But like I said on Instagram, I'll say it now too. If your titles don't mean shit, then your belts don't mean shit. If your belt don't mean shit, and then you write Black Lives Matter on it, then Black Lives Matter don't mean shit. And it's almost like an insult. Larry Gonzalez said, you're a good man. God bless, Fannon. Hey, man, yeah, but hold me accountable. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That is a goal. I want to do that. Much love in that super chat. Love Grooves Japan said, it's almost 8 a.m. here, and there's something towards the future black lawyer. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Much love in that super chat. And Akondo Sammy Hassan said, this is why we rock with Fannon, promoting our youth and black excellence. Absolutely, because that kid is doing her thing. That child right there doing that thing. And I hope she continues, continues to have the energy for it, the passion for it, listens to her father, they bring along correctly. And then, because Black Lives Matter, so when it's time for her to be, fighting for championships, when she gets a championship, maybe there'll just be one champion. And she can be a one champion and not something else. Despite the fact that she's been training since she was probably, what is she, 6? She's 8 now, maybe 8, 9. I'm sorry I didn't ask her age, but for 2 years of hard work. And now she got 10, 15 more, and you're going to tell her you can't be a champion. I'm sorry, I have to make money. And now you got Eddie Hearn about to snake you. Dog, you're about to go away, dog. These boys about to run away from these belts, man. I'm telling you. It's about to pop off. I'm telling you. It's about to pop off. Because that shit is so egregious. The let him eat cake to Floyd Mayweather thing, that's too much, dog. That's way too much. My man Black Samurai says, salute to the LDBC. Yes, sir. Definitely want to support black success. Yo, thank you. And you have been for a while. You said, Fannon, this is Yo Cash. All right, that's what's up. Southern T Boxing. What's going on, man? All right, Yo Cash on Instagram is Southern T Boxing. Hey, just every time you do it over there on, I know you here. Over on Instagram, when you go to Instagram, and if you're not, you don't have the same handle, make sure you tell me what the handle is on YouTube, because I got all this shit memorized because I see you guys every day. You know what I mean? What's going on? Michael Fleming said, my bro, what it do, Fannon? It be doing it. It's all good, man. We having a good time today, man. Much love in that super chat, though, and Black Samurai. And check Matthew Valentine said, thanks again. Keep grinding. Thank you. And thank you for the excellent advice, because Matthew Valentine, you're the guy that came up with Fannon responds. Because Matthew Valentine said, hey, Fannon, you got a weakness in your channel. And I was like, fuck. Because you don't want to take criticism. Shit's hard to try to keep improving, right? And be better at what you do. So what he told me was, he's like, man, you a little late on the news sometimes, man. Like, I read the compliments. I was really like, because I know, man, Matthew Valentine's been one of my first original supporters. So when he said that, I was like, you're right. Because you just don't have time to do, really detailed, discussions and analysis of an issue, every issue as soon as it comes out. It's just tough. You got to, in order to be on top of the news, you got to be like, really thin. You know what I mean? You got to be like, you basically, in order to break some news, all you can really do is all I can do is I can take it and I can hand it to you, and that's it. That's it. I can't think about it. I can't dig into my explanation. And it's tough to do. That's not tough in 10 minutes, but I used to do 20-minute videos. But I was like, 20-minute videos, that just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So, because now I do live streams and I can do them in my live streams. But Fannon responds is my way of telling you sorry son of guns out there, yeah, I can do it in 10 seconds too. I can do it in 30 seconds too. Right? So you just ask me the question. As soon as the news comes out, I can be like, boom, 30 seconds. This is what happened. And this is what I think about it. But more important is what I think about it, because anybody can tell you what the news is. All you got to do is have a good news stream. You can get all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right off the press, flat off the presses. That's why everybody gets the news from the news. All right. So, Terry Schmoot in the building said, when they hate, donate. That's my man. I appreciate that. Salute to you, Fannon. Support Black education and excellence. Even us trolls support you, King. Much love. Yeah, man. You the real, you ain't a troll, dog. You are what you call just a Loki type dude. You're just mischievous. You're not, You're not a troll. You're mischievous. And there is a big difference between being a troll and being mischievous. Where do we go? We got to get the super chats, because that will also focus me very heavily on the super chats. Support our communities. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you. What's going on, Giovanni Crumble? So, okay, cool. I got that. Okay, I'm all the way up. Now let's roast these clowns. That shit that's fun. Yeah, you're mischievous. Absolutely. That's you, mischievous. You just always trying to get somebody. All right, man. Hey, Cesar Caballero said, because we need more people like you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Caballero. Thank you very much. Much love in that super chat, man. Player made for life. Just sold some J's. Let me bless it. What? Just sold some J's? I don't know what that is. Let me bless the chat. Salute to Fannon 78 and the entire LDBC. I'm gonna hit you on IG soon, Fannon. Thank you. Thank you. Player made for life. Much love in that super chat. Player made for life. Now, these boys. The Chicken George belt. Let's talk. Oh, Jordans. Oh, that's what. Oh, you sold some Jordans. That's what I thought. I was like, but damn, you made some money selling some Jordans. Wow. I thought you guys were buying them expensive ass shits to make some money. Are Jordans a currency or something? Wow. All right. So the Chicken George belt. Because that's what that is. That's the Chicken George belt. That's a belt Massa gives Chicken George for having his good, for having them chickens win them fights. Hey, Fannon, imagine if you pull Lillard on my show. Oh my God. I can't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be bananas. On boxing? Oh God. Anybody know Damian Lillard, please? That'd be amazing. Honestly, I'm super excited you said my last name correctly. Caballero. Yeah. I told you. Dog, look, man, if I can pronounce Daikel Cifuentes, I can pronounce Caballero. Okay, I can hit the pronunciation every blue moon, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. But that's all love, man. He said, yeah, man. Yes, Fannon, Jordans are a currency. I knew you niggas were smarter than that. I knew you Negroes were smarter than that. Thank you. Thank you. Dollar about boxing, man. Tell Dollar to come talk boxing. Dog, come on, man. I'll teach you. Hey, dog, come on, man. That would be fantastic, but I don't know how to do that. I just don't know how to do it. I have to upgrade myself to be a knucklehead. It's like, I ain't a knucklehead, dog. You know? Corey, but I'd love to have him on the show, man. Please, somebody that knows that dude, tell him, man, Fannon would love to have you on the show. But more importantly, everybody, and I would love to have him on the show. Dog, boxing fans would go bananas for him if he was on the show. For real. Like, the black boxing fans, you cannot tell me that they would not love that shit. Like they wouldn't overly love that shit. That would be really cool because, dude, he's like a real boxing fan. Snacks B said, Fannon got that Espanol in him. He pronounced some names very well. Everyone, if I know somebody with the name, then yeah. But like Navrat, I ain't even trying to pronounce his shit correctly. Like, people like, it's not Navrati, it's Navrat. Man, I ain't even trying to say your shit connect correctly, you duck artist. Fuck that. I pronounce every Spanish name incorrectly if a motherfucker's a duck artist, okay? Sal Alvarez. Not Saul. Not Saul. No. Sal Alvarez. Pronounce his ass. Can't say, nah, man, he's a beast, though. Come on, man. When you fight, look what the WBC did to Canelo Alvarez. Man, y'all got to put Canelo Alvarez in a position to have to fight. Okay? And hopefully, if Canelo Alvarez, anybody in here who is Mexican, I promise you, I will completely overlook the steroid allegations if he gets away from the zone and fights Jermall Charlo. If he does it, all is forgiven. He is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. He is the greatest fighter on the planet. It's just what it is. Because if he didn't have those performance enhancing drugs shit on him, and he did beat Jermall Charlo, that's exactly what the fuck he would be. Okay? That's exactly what he would be. But y'all won't let him be that because you coddle him. Just like y'all about to coddle Teofimo. Black fighters don't get coddled for shit. Every time, who gets coddled? Let me see. Is there some black fighters getting coddled that I don't know of? Maybe. There probably is. Let's see. Who's getting coddled? Devin's getting ducked. Oh, no. Oh, damn sure Deontay Wilder ain't getting coddled. Man, Mauricio Sulaiman, them dudes screwed that dude out of millions of dollars over that Alexander Povetkin shit. Millions of dollars. But look, I got a plan today, dog, and I'm going through my plan today. I'm going to talk about this WBC Chicken George belt, okay? Let me tell you why it's Chicken George. Y'all don't know. If y'all don't know who Chicken George is, let me tell you. Navrat said, duck somebody, please say, no, he didn't duck nobody. Navrat ain't do nothing other than, Emmanuel Navrat ain't do shit. Emmanuel Navrat, he beat the shit other than beat the shit out of Isaac Dog Bay. I ain't got no beef with Emmanuel Navrati. I shouldn't. Okay, but he's in 126 now. And if he don't fight Gary Russell Jr., I'm gonna have a problem with his ass real quick. Okay? I promise you. Fuck that. Dude, somebody gotta say it, man. Somebody gotta say it, dude. Somebody gotta say it. Y'all gotta fight black fighters, man. Okay? You gotta fight black fighters, dude. Fight black fighters. Okay? You can't just keep having everybody just skip on past 126 like it's motherfucking, like that shit is like a carousel or something. You know what I mean? Like that's just one of them revolving doors or something. You just come on in and go on out. You know, one in, one out. They ducked him. They didn't fight him. It's his fight that he did. None of them fought him, right? And it's his fight that nobody's even talking about fighting him because he only fights once a year. Dude, that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. However, the Chicken George belt. The Chicken George belt is named after Chicken George, who was Kizzy's son and a good old nigger that had that was a hella good with them chickens. Okay? And he treat them chickens good. So he go out and fight. He gets his chickens and he fights for Massa. And when Massa win, he give him a belt. And he say, hey, George, here's your Chicken George belt. Good job. Now take that ass down there with the rest of the slaves, get you an extra slice of watermelon and chicken, and you can have my leftovers too. That's the Chicken George belt, okay? I don't want to hear that, man. What is that? He's also on Family Feud. Dog, seriously, what is the president of the WBC doing on a Family Feud episode? Are you trying to be a star? Or are you just going to process the fucking belts? Just process the belts. Okay? Just process the belts. How about that? No. I disagree with this, Daryl D. Henderson. Black fighters need to we're going to have a disagreement here. Watch. And Daryl D. Henderson is my dude. Because I wish I could carry that brim like that, wear that pink, have my shit like that. That's sharp. I know a player when I see a player. However, we're going to have a disagreement. Black fighters don't need to stand together. Black boxing fans need to run a hole through all of these crooks stealing our money. Because guess what? The boxers are not stealing our money. They are stealing our money. And they said it. We need to constantly talk about how these dudes are stealing our money until they stop stealing our money. That's what. Because we're boxing fans. And we pay. I pay, you pay. Okay, and we proved it. I don't know how much we just raised for a black college student, but I can go look at it if you'd like me to tell you, and I've been on here 5 minutes. I guarantee you we just got pay-per-view money in the plate. Now, go find somebody else doing that. Organized like that. If I'm able to do what I want to do and you all sign up for Instagram, dog, I already got 1,000 people. I've got 700 people on Instagram in a week. If I can get that shit to where it's the same size as my YouTube channel on Instagram, and people I'm talking to, boxing fans and we all talking to each other on our own little private thing, dog, you kidding me? let me tell you what that means if you get on my Instagram. With the design that I have, that somebody will steal. But who cares? If they can do it, let them do it. You can be in their network too. But if you're in my network, dog, we get 20,000 people in that network. That's 20,000. We can say 20,000 times 100. What's 20,000 times 100? What's 20,000 times 100? Add 2 zeros, right? Ain't that times 10, ain't that like 2 million? I'm stupid. Somebody do the math for me. How much revenue could you direct towards a fight like that? Right? You know what that's called? It's called 20 million. Thank you. It's 2 million. Thank you. It's $2 million. Please join my Instagram if you want to change black boxing. You want to make a better place for black fighters. Because if I have 20,000 people on my Instagram, they can all afford to pay for a pay-per-view. That means I can sell a $2 million pay-per-view my motherfucking self. What? That's math, nigga. Sign up for the damn Instagram. Sign up for the Instagram. I'm not trying to buy no Instagrams. I ain't trying to say, ooh, I can go buy somebody to get. No, buy no Instagrams. What is on there is on there. Okay? And if you want to support black fighters and you want to have the communication go, or if you want to hate on black fighters and you want to communicate, come sign up for the Instagram. And how many people on the Instagram have not gotten a response from me directly yet? Now, that might get more difficult later on, but right now, everybody's getting their answers right now, right away, damn near in real time. Because all I got to do is pick up my phone and you say, what you think? And I'll say, that's what I think. And because I can think very quickly. I don't have to, it's not fake. If I could write a boxing article for every opinion that I had, every clear opinion that I had, I could write 15 4-page fucking boxing articles a day. Easy. I can't type as fast as I can think. You know what I mean? But I can talk that fast, and trust me, ask anybody on Instagram that has been over there yet. That's where I'm going to talk boxing like to you. So you want to think I'm hiding behind something? I ain't hiding behind shit. Instagram's rules are loose. You want to debate me there. You will fold. Here, I got to be nice. There, you will fold. And you will fold quickly and brutally. Or we can chop it up either way. You know what I'm saying? But this boxing talk. And you know what I'm saying is the truth. All of you know it's the truth. You all know it's the truth. You can hate on me, but you know it's the truth. Ain't none of you can talk nothing about boxing to me other than the technique. Other than the technique. And then I got to shut up and listen to Terrence Chavis. What's going on, Raleigh? Romel Jolly, man. My brother, sign up, man. Flex with you, man. Sign up. Now, yeah, that's what it is, dude. That's what it is. It's instant. Gram. It's like Telegram. That's what it is. It's a telegram that you can send to me instantly. Why would you want to just engage with me here when you can engage with me both places? And I can be in my backyard and I ain't got to be under these hot-ass lights. Man, oh, my lights are sweet as shit, though. You see the difference? Now, I haven't mastered the lights yet, like the good shit, but, dog, I can do all kind of things with these mugs. I showed you on my Instagram. Oh, that's kind of bad. I can do all kind of stuff with that. That's my junk. But these, dude, I can bend light, do all kind of stuff. Now, let's get with this. What's good for non-emotional cats can't deal with real logic? No. They don't have an... Well, everybody's emotional, but illogical people cannot deal with logic. Most people, everybody can deal with logic. They really can't deal with their logic being questioned and their logic being analyzed. Because that's what I can do. I'm going to analyze your logic. Because no matter what you can say, dude, because I'm gifted at fucking syllogisms, you know what I mean? I'm gifted at that shit. I can absolutely positively break anything down that you say into the bare basic knuckles of your argument. And if I can do that and that shit ain't stuck together like glue, I'm going to chip that shit apart very, very quickly. Like you asking me a loaded question, I'm not even going to ask your question if you ask me a loaded question. I'm going to throw you out of chat because you asked me a loaded question. You go ad hominem with me, I go ad hominem with you. Right? You try a fucking straw man, I snatch your ass back. That's what happens every time. Right? You an appeal to an authority, I slap that authority. Easy. Come get me on Instagram. Come get me on Instagram where I can't get financially, where you can't fuck with me financially. Come fuck with me on Instagram. All you bug-out ass fuckers that want to talk that dumb shit on your videos, come fuck with me on Instagram. I'll answer your questions. I'll answer your questions live and in person. And you're going to humiliate you. And you know it. So don't come near me. Because I am way worse than BFTB. Way worse. Way worse. Because I won't cuss at all. I won't cuss at all. And you will walk away saying, thank you for explaining that to me. You hear me? You will walk away saying, thank you for explaining that to me. Now, next. Nah, they don't want no smoke. They want smoke here, where I can't be me. They want smoke here, where I can't be me. They don't want no smoke where I can be me. Not on this intellectual, not on no debate thing. You kidding me? No, please. Everybody that has tried has stopped within 30 seconds. Most. The other ones wound up just saying things like, and I wound up ending it like this. Thank you for agreeing with me. Your last ditch will be this, that you will try to rephrase my point and claim it. And at that point, I will say, thank you for agreeing with me. You lose. Unless you're right. And in which case you're right, I will concede well before it gets anywhere. Because I will say, you're right. Your logic is sound. So just so you know, if I'm arguing with you, you've already lost. Because if you would have won, I would have never played. Let me tell you a true story about who not to trust. If you ever want to pay for something and somebody wants to give it to you for free, turn that shit down. If I constantly say I never want to debate somebody and then I debate you, dude, turn me down. Turn me down. Because it's already over like the feds, baby. It's already over like the feds. Now, back to the Chicken George belt. Am I entertaining you? Press 1 if I'm entertaining you. Because I want to get better in my live streams and entertaining you. So if you find this entertaining, press 1. And I don't care if you hate it. If you hate it, you're entertained. If you love it, you're entertained. But I just want to make sure that at this point in time in this live stream, that we're keeping it moving forward well enough so that you don't have to complain to me about me changing subjects. So I will now build in and ask you, are you being entertained? And I see a lot of ones, okay? And thank you, I see a lot of ones. Now, let's move on to the next subject because I am going to achieve my goals today and actually read all the super chats because I motivated myself to read the super chats because the super chats ain't going to go to me. Super chats are going to go to somebody else. And I don't mind working for somebody else. Second, the WBC does not know that they have already sealed their fate, more than likely, with this foolishness. Because Eddie Hearn is right. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Did you hear me? Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Because if Eddie Hearn pulls off what I think he's going to try to pull off, this dude might have checkmated all y'all. By the WBC being stupid. Floyd Mayweather Jr. says, yes, he's dead right. How could he not be right? Because the only one thing can unify all of boxing. It can unify Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Eddie Hearn. It can unify Eddie Hearn and Teddy Atlas. It can unify everybody in the sport of boxing. Everybody. Your favorite troll, the person that hates me the most, name him. And he agrees with me. And I agree with him that the WBC sucks. And they should not be a steward of boxing. Because they are not ethically responsible enough to be good stewards and support the duty that they have, which is to take care of fighters. and not themselves. And this perverse belt thing has now gotten to the point of going from the, what is it? The sublime to the ridiculous is the phrase. They have now went from the sublime to the ridiculous. Now, that is not a phrase I usually use, and it popped out my dome piece, but let me go to it and see. Let's go to it and see. Sublime to the ridiculous. What does that mean? From the sublime to the ridiculous. If you describe something as going from the sublime to the ridiculous, you mean that it involves a change from something very good or serious to something silly and unimportant. Let's repeat the definition, my people. If you describe something as going from the sublime to the ridiculous, you mean that it involves a change from something very good or serious to something silly or unimportant. That is the definition of going from the sublime to the ridiculous. What is sublime? Boxing. The idea that two men can get in a ring, have a disagreement, put on gloves, agree to a common set of rules, enter the ring under the supervision of a neutral observer, and fight with each other fairly underneath those rules that were agreed upon. And the winner of that fight would be named champion. And you knew that that champion was the greatest man on the planet within that weight class. If you were a heavyweight, you were the greatest on the planet. That was the sublime. That is what attracts us to the great sport of boxing. The historic sport of boxing that has been longer than all of them. Longer than baseball. I don't know if it's been longer than cricket, but I got a suspicion it's longer than cricket. But in the United States, longer than baseball, or as long as baseball. Baseball might have been in slavery. But in the UK, before baseball. Definitely before basketball and football here. Extremely old. It is sublime. The WBC is ridiculous. Now, they tell you that there's no such thing as a champion. You are championing a cause. And the cause is me. Listen to what Mauricio Suleiman said, because his daddy was part of that too, right? It's nepotism. It's ridiculous. So now that boxing has gone all the way from the sublime to the ridiculous, Eddie Hearn says this is ridiculous. And everybody agrees. And he says, let's hold a tournament. Let me solve the problem. Let me solve the problem. It will be such a perfect solution to the problem that will result in him making all the money or the promoters making all the money, because what is happening if the WBC and all the sanctioning bodies go away? Who's in charge? The promoters. Because there is no belts. There are no champions. They're absolutely and positively out of control. Almost to the part they rioting in my city right now. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Or glad to hear that. I don't know which one. Depending on what your take on it is, there you go. Because sometimes, like in boxing, this situation, I don't mind at all. I think people need to be as many people as possible. We need to be out here talking about this. But see, that's why you got to be careful of people always say, just talk about boxing. Don't talk about anything other than what's going on in the ring. Dog, 99% of the good shit in boxing happens outside the ring. I don't know if you got the memo or not, but that's the case. However, let's go on to why that's the case. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the most powerful man in boxing, man. He's the most powerful man in boxing. And he designed the people, and him and Al Heyman with this people. Dog, these guys have been being asked to create a PBC tournament. And it's better. Roy Boy Flores said, I see you on that drink early, my dude. Dang, should I keep it PG-15? Let me tell you my thought process on you, Roy Boy. Should I go PG-13 on you? Should I go X-rated on you? Should I go R-rated on you? Should I go to mama angle? Should I go to the fact that, Roy Boy sounds a lot like, Toy Boy? Shit like that, dog. You know what I mean? I could go all kind of ways with it. But what I'll do is throw you out. Roy Boy, goodbye-bye. I'm sure somebody can throw you out. Fastest to throw him out gets a gong, okay? Fastest one to knock his ass, get him the fuck up out of here, gets a gong. Mailman Mike says, slip the light jab and smash the body. Yes, sir. Boy Toy Florida. Pretty much, dog. That's what it is, dog. Boy Toy Florida. You go for Boy Toy Florida? Okay, that's what it is. Kick Boy Toy Florida the fuck up out of here, man. Always coming. Oh. Dog, I can't do it. I got to keep it. I can't troll as much as I really want to troll. See, like for you guys, my favorite part of the channel is when I talk bad about trolls. I love it. Okay? And I'm going to take a second to explain it to you. I hope you enjoy this. If this explanation is okay to give you, hit me with a 1. Okay? Because I don't want to talk about stuff that you want to talk about. But I'll leave it alone now. Let me keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Floyd Mayweather. So, yeah, Eddie Hearn comes out and says, yeah, man, we need to have a tournament. And we don't need to have all these belts. So guess what? That means that and actually I would take it. I would much rather have a bunch of boxing tournaments going around than some you get to remain champion for fucking ever shit. Okay? Fuck it. Go the way of tennis. All right? Go the way of tennis. If you the man, get through a fucking tournament and let's talk about how many tournaments you win. And not how many fucking fights you win. Okay? Like padded records and all that shit. Get in a fucking tournament. You know what I mean? Get in a tournament. Fight your way through the tournament and call it a day, okay? And we can have this year's heavyweight tournament, next year's heavyweight tournament. We can have grade A tournament, grade B tournament, grade 3 tournament. You know what I mean? The guys only fight once a year any fucking way. You know what I mean? So you got plenty of times to set the fucking tournament up. Just set up what they fight. You know what I mean? Give them a cut. And whatever, dude, I'll do anything. If Eddie Hearn wins, I'll take it. Okay? Because we're in the ridiculous now. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm not going to be so anti-Eddie Hearn that this shit's cool. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. At least he's actually making fights. These dudes ain't responsible for making the fights. They're just taking a cut. They order fights all the time that don't nobody ever fight. Dude, if I could make a list of all the fights that did not get made by the WBC ordered, okay? This shit would be a superstar fucking extravaganza. If all the fucking fights they ordered actually got made. You know what I mean? They ordered Luis Ortiz, Dillian White. Did the fight get made? No. They just spit in their face. Boom, hit him right in the head. Cheating ass Dillian White. They said that they were going to make a fight between Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez. Did they make the fight? No, magically disappeared. Their decisions magically change for the good of boxing. Why does the good of boxing change so much? If the guy that thought it was good for boxing was the guy that made the original order, then why would not enforcing it, also be good for boxing? You can't have both of them be good for boxing. Your definition of what's good for boxing just changes constantly. Because boxing is your pocketbook. And yes, everybody should say that shit about the WBC. Because right now they're the poster boy for that. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. That's the worst win. Come on, man. You are beyond the laughing stock. Like somebody said, hey, Damon, wouldn't it be great to have David Lillard on your channel to talk boxing with you? Hell yes. You know what I'm saying? Hell yes. That shit would be fucking terrific. But dog, why would he want to? Why would he want to? Because boxing's a fucking sham. You see, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I made the video about him. There wasn't nobody gonna watch the video because it wasn't about boxing. But I was like, don't get rid of a super fan, dude. God, dog. He's talking about boxing. These other people don't talk about boxing. They'll show up to a big fight, and as soon as the fight is over, they'll be like, if the dude lost, fuck him. You know? They're not fans. A super fan is somebody that's gonna ride with the sport regardless. Ride with your boxer regardless. You know, as many times as I saw Spike Lee sitting right next to the Knicks, you know they thought that having him sit there was a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal. And I don't even fucking jock dudes. I'm telling you straight, that's a big fucking deal. That's a big deal. And you guys and all you got is trolls jumping on. You got a whole bunch of trolls jumping on him. And this dude knows boxing better than you. Because dude, the guy said this. And it's from somebody, dude, that I pay attention to boxing, dog. So when somebody says this, you know that they're like, that's somebody with some common fucking sense. The guy said, I just haven't seen enough of it in a way. Because he had the freedom to say it. He has the freedom to say it. Andre Ward does not have the freedom to say it. You know why I know Andre Ward doesn't have the freedom to say it? Because if he had the freedom to say it, he would have said something to Teddy Atlas when Teddy Atlas was like, Lomachenko's better than you. The Lomachenko that just got beat up by Teofimo Lopez was better than Andre Ward. That's the scheming crap that they tell people, and they say it so often that I, myself, can stand out just by saying something different. The reason why new media is doing well, and I am not new media, right? But the reason that they are doing well, so well, is because you're not doing your job. If you did your job, then everybody would be looking to you. But you will not do your job. Just do your job. If your job doesn't pay a bunch of money, that's just your job. That's just what it is. Okay? It's just your job. All right? I'm talking. I had a meeting with somebody yesterday because I'm trying to do stuff with the channel. I'm trying to do stuff, right? Because I'm like, I love this. I really want to do this. And I asked the guy, I talked to him, and the guy is a big major movie producer. But I know him, right? So after like saying, look, dude, I've called you 3 times. I need to talk to you. So he calls me back and he's like, man, I'm on the set. I was like, what's going on? No, I didn't say what's going on. I'm sorry that I had to press you. But look, dude, I need to understand, what do I need to do in order to get this thing going, right? But dog, these dudes, let's put it this way. My job don't pay what his job pays. Okay? It's the same thing but it is way smaller. And even though he makes millions and millions, and I do not, I will still do my job because your job is the job. You guys don't think your job is the job. You think you're all of the other bullshit networking that got your weasel asses past other people and allowed you to get the job to begin with is the job. Okay? All of that shit you do, oh, I can get access to this guy, I can get access to that guy. No, that's not the job. The job is to tell the truth. The job is to give somebody a logical explanation that makes sense, that they can then take and make an educated decision for themselves, which is why on this channel, dude, I can have a disagreement with anybody because it's just my opinion and it's just your opinion. It's only when you become disrespectful that you got to get the fuck out. But other than that, because then when you're disrespectful, what you're trying to do is prevent me and somebody else from agreeing with one another. You're trying to get in the middle and mix it up. That's why you get out. That's why we keep the chat clean of your nonsense. Because you ain't going to send no ops up in here disturbing nobody. Because your ops is going to get smacked as soon as they walk in the door. Because we've been through this many, many times. However, the main point of that is do your job. You should be reporting these things. You shouldn't be focused when Canelo Alvarez, when the news comes out that Canelo Alvarez was suing Oscar De La Hoya for fraud. How come that shit is not on the headline of any boxing article? Or why isn't Dougie Fisher writing that? Why isn't Steve Kim writing about that? Why aren't they doing their job? I say join Instagram because these guys are not doing their job. I shouldn't have had to been the one to tell you who Daniel Kinahan was. You remember all that? I shouldn't have been the one saying, hey, Tyson Fury's manager is this guy, and he's involved. I shouldn't have to do that. The media should have known that months ago when the fight was taking place because they were doing their job. But you're not doing your job. So come to somebody that will do the job. A watchdog on you to make sure you do your job. But you're not, and I'm telling you, you're not doing your job. You cannot explain to me no way in the world why on Boxing Scene it said in Article 9, in an article that I can't even find no more. Maybe it's up there and I can't find it, but when I went back to look for it, I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it, but you know it was on the internet, so it's out there. How did it get buried that that when they refiled that suit in federal court, before they asked for the arbitration clause, before they brought up the arbitration clause, that the charges were fraud and concealment? Why I have it on my page, how come you don't have it on yours? But your boxing news, your media? No. And I'm not going to take you on no wild goose chases either. Okay? I'm not going to take you on no wild goose chases. Because media will send you on some fucking wild goose chases too. Like, ooh, the arbitration. You're rooting for him to get off. That's why you're talking about arbitration. You're rooting for him to get off. That is a dog whistle for, I hope he gets off. Oh, the big news is not that it's fraud and concealment and intentional interference with a contract and negligent interference with a contract and breach of contract. It's important that they might get off because it might not be in a court. It might go to arbitration where you don't have the same protections. You always go to court. You don't go to arbitration unless you're the one with the power. That's how that works. Arbitration is for people that have the relationship with the arbitrator. It's not good just because they know boxing. The likelihood that they know boxing makes it that much more likely that they'll do something in the best interest of boxing, right? Like Jack Reese letting Tyson Fury get up when anybody else would have been knocked out cold. You can't find nobody else that felt like that was allowed to get up and continue to fight. Find it and tell me. Find me somebody that you saw get knocked out and laid out like that the ref did not immediately wave that fight off. But Jack Reese said, what? It's in the better interest of boxing. How do you make that decision? Or did somebody tell you to make that decision? Hey, if he's in trouble, let him get up. Hey, in the best interest of boxing, if Tyson Fury's in trouble, let him get up and continue. Unless he is absolutely hurt. Well, why would I say that that's the case? Because you did that in the next fight the man had against Otto Wallin. You did the same thing. You let him fight with a gash this big over the side of his head, and any other fight would have been stopped. You don't even talk really that Tyson Fury is in bad a shape against Otto Wallin as Deontay Wilder was against him in the last fight. And that's the truth, because that fight should have been cut. He was bleeding all over the damn place. He's bleeding all over the place. That's a health risk. You got blood going in the man's mouth. I mean, gushing. Oh, but it's Tyson Fury. We're just going to let it go. And you don't raise any issue about the inconsistent judging, refereeing. Oh, but let a scorecard not go right. You guys are there like Johnny fucking on the spot. You know what I'm saying? You Johnny on the fucking spot when it comes to stuff like that. If Gennady Golovkin don't get the win, you Johnny on the spot talking about corruption. But let Tyson Fury get carried through a fight by a referee for like 10 rounds, holding, grabbing, and bleeding all over the damn place. Holding, grabbing, and bleeding is what he did with Otto Wallin. He got out of that fight by holding, grabbing, and bleeding. Was it a knockout? No, not even close. It was a tough fight, but he's the God of all gods. How come you didn't knock out Otto Wallin? Anthony Joshua would get Otto Wallin out of there in 5 rounds or less. Please, God, let Anthony Joshua fight Otto Wallin so we could see it. He will knock Otto Wallin's head off his fucking shoulders because he can punch. But guess who can't punch? Tyson Fury. But who cares if even little 14-year-old kids on the internet can see the man's glove ain't on his hand? Now, see, that's another thing. You guys think you can fool people. You cannot. 14-year-old boys can look at that glove in the first fight and tell it's not on his hands. How was that? But yet all your experts are trying to make people feel stupid and all of that because we can't tell that a glove ain't on his hand. Dog, look, not everybody's a boxer, but damn near everybody put a glove on their hand in their life. Okay? You know when a glove is not on your hand. It's a boxing glove. It's not the only glove in existence. Okay? And if your thumb is not connected to a glove, that is, if your glove automatically, it some magically turns into if you're mitten, right? Now watch this. You know what a glove is? A glove is a mitten. You don't even need to call it a glove because it's not a glove. You're just really trying to sound, not soft when you say boxing glove. What it really is a boxing mitten. Because that's what it's shaped like, a mitten. And that shit is off your hand. You can feel it. I wore mittens my whole damn life all of my childhood because I was a little kid and my mama didn't want me to throw snowballs. So I walked around with a mitten on my hand. But a mitten will open like this. And I'm telling you, that's what he fought Deontay Wilder in, a leather mitten. Them fucking things you call puncher's gloves are leather mittens with no padding in it. You're punching them with a fucking mitten. It's not a glove. It's a mitten. But that doesn't sound political. That doesn't sound hardcore when you say it. Oh, man. Hey, man, give me my mittens. Let me get them mittens. Nigga, I'm about to put these mittens on you. Don't let me put these mittens on you. Dog, every other glove you see got 5 fingers in it. Every other glove got fingers on it. It's not a glove. It's a mitten. And you got a mitten with nothing in it. Fuck out of here. Shamir Odin in that super chat, man. I ain't missing nobody's super chats. Boom. Like boxing screwed Meldrick Taylor against Chavez. Yeah. Oh, with that? Oh, stop the fight. Stop the fight. It took him another second. Or like they did with that other dude where there was 1 second left. He'd be like, you don't think people bet on that? Dog, you know how much money you make when you do shit like that? When the fight goes the distance, the under and over? You're going to make the over today. You're going to make the over today. Tyson Fury is going to make the over. Because if anybody had bet, if anybody said bet under 3, dog, that dude should have lost in the 3rd round of that fight, dog, against Otto Wallin. Shouldn't have even got the rematch that he's now ducking out of and that he cheated in. And you think we don't know he cheated? Get out of here. That's why he doesn't have. That's why he's not taking a rematch. Okay, let's be real. You're not taking the rematch because you got caught cheating, and everybody was out there saying in the rematch you're not going to be able to cheat. In the rematch, you're not going to be able to cheat. We saw the glove half on in the first fight. We see that there's no padding in the second fight. Deontay Wilder's saying that, well, their team is everybody saying, nah, dog, there's some snaky shit going on in that fight. Everybody that saw it thought funny shit was in that fight. And all of a sudden, magically, time's up, you're gone. You're not coming back. Why, you thief? Don't want to come back to the scene of the crime? Don't want to come back to the scene of the crime? I know you don't want to come back. Cheat and a coward. Cheat and a coward. Deontay Wilder won the trilogy because that bitch didn't fight. You heard me? I told you he's a fucking coward at heart. I've been telling you. Tyson Fury is a coward. I know what contracts are. They're agreements between men and women to do something. And he signed an agreement to fight him, and now he don't want to fight him. And either the court's going to let him, or the court is not going to let him. But whether the court lets him or doesn't let him doesn't matter. You're a coward because you wouldn't take the fight. You're a coward. You got called a cheat by a whole lot of people in front of a whole lot of people, and then you bitched out and wouldn't take the rematch because you don't want to get caught cheating. Again. Don't get confused. All of this talk about Tyson Fury, in my opinion, all of this talk about Tyson Fury's thing being exploded, all that is Tyson, the gig is up. Everybody knows you cheated. Everybody. Because the people that defended you looked stupid. You had people out there trying to defend him with Photoshopping trying to defend him. Why would Damian Lillard want to be associated with that? But then again, why would those guys want somebody like Damian Lillard associated with that? Because if these guys come to boxing, then the light is on all of this, and they got to fix it. They want boxing small. They want boxing small so that nobody watches. Because if nobody watches, they can rob everybody. That's why boxing is in trouble, because they don't want it big. Because if it's big, then everybody gets to see what's going on. If there's transparency, they got to fix it. And if it's not, if it's a bunch of little fights that don't matter, and there's no real champions, and nobody that really cares, then they can take all kind of cuts out of everybody's shit. Because the spotlight's not on them. No, tell them they're cheating. Tell them loud. Do not let them tell you that they didn't, because cheating exists in this world. Okay? Cheating exists. They may tell you that cheating does not exist. It exists. And in fact, the idea that they'd even try to convince you that cheating doesn't exist. Should tell you that they're not worthy of trusting themselves. Because you know it does. Because they accuse people of it all the time. Right? It's only ridiculous when it's us. Teddy Atlas said, or he implied heavily, that he knew Tyson Fury cheated. But it's like, yeah, whatever. He didn't cheat enough. Yeah, he cheated, but he didn't cheat enough. What's enough? Well, Tyson ain't got a lot of melanin in his skin, so, he gets to cheat a lot before anybody says he's cheating. Dude, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, you trying to put his ass about the sport for less than what Tyson Fury is accused of doing. Less. Okay? Less. Nah, man. Nah, you need to say something to these people constantly. If he's on Twitter, you need to say something to him on Twitter. If he is on Instagram, you need to say something to him on Instagram. If he is on Facebook, you need to say something to him politely. Do not go at his kids. Don't threaten him. Don't do anything outside of boxing. Write a polite, nice note to the man and say, excuse me, Mr. Suleiman, I do not support the franchise belt, and I am not going to buy any fights where that is on the line. Now, you can do what you want with your money respectfully, Mr. Suleiman. I myself will not be buying that because I don't agree with your definition of champion. I want one champion so that I can say this man is the champion. I want to be able to say we're better than the UK guys. Okay? I want to say that. All right? Y'all want to call me a UK hater? Great. Okay? I want to see our fighters beat their fighters, but we'll never be able to beat them if they don't have to fight them because there's no belts. So you let these dudes off the hook thinking they're good and they not because they ain't got to fight guys like Custio Clayton. And you know Custio Clayton is going to beat some of them dudes because he slipped up and got a fight. You know what I'm saying? Slipped up and got a fight. Oh, hey, my man said, just speaking for speaking your mind and keeping it real, respect, man. I thank you, man. I'm going to do that. Much love in that super chat, man. Fury deserves it, though. He deserves what? It might sound messed up, but when Wilder and Fury fight, I hope Wilder beats Fury within an inch of his life. Let me tell you, man. Oh, and Fannon, I liked your video about Lillard a lot. Man, good work. Thank you, man. I'm glad you appreciate it. Hey, man, and if anybody knows him, send him the video. He ain't got it. I would appreciate if you got him on social media or something like that, man, send him the video and tell him to watch it and let him know, man. And the boxers appreciate him, man. I was very, very happy when somebody was like, hey, Damian Lillard said that the people are overusing the word. I think he said, people are overusing the word duck. And he's right. I thought they should be more specific about it than saying duck. Like, say what they're doing. Instead of don't just call them a duck, say what they're doing. Say how they're doing it specifically. You know what I mean? How they do it specifically. Because there's a lot of different ways to duck. You know what I mean? I'm saying? You know what I mean? Kind of like if there was a troll, I would use a joke. Because if I've said, like, I had intercourse with your mama troll, there's 3 different things I could do. That's just too general. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes because that would be so good, dog. But it's a good illustration. So, like if I say, hey, troll, I was with your mama. She likes younger men. You know what I mean? She likes younger men. You know what I mean? I know she's 70, but she likes them around 50. And I said, hey, man, me and her, we had some relations. Dog, it can go 3 ways. It can go 3 ways, but I guarantee you it ain't going to go one of those 3, dog. I don't like your mama like that, dog. Woo-wee, dog. I love mama jokes. They're the funnest. Thank God for whoever invented mama jokes. Whew. Oh, Batman's in the building. What's going on, Batman? We'll be finding out soon, hopefully. But anyway, back to the cookages. Back to the cookages. Back. Oh, and put a 1 if you're entertained. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you're entertained. If I see a 2, I'll ask why. Okay, is that fair? Because I do want to keep it enjoyable. We've got another 40 minutes or so on the show, and I want to make sure we get through and people are getting their value out of the show. Okay? And if anybody else has a live stream talking about the value and return on investment for their live streams, you know where it came from. Okay? Because I got to go all the way heady. I got to say shit that most motherfuckers just won't understand to be unique. It's crazy. Oh, my Lord. But if you lay that shit low, if it's low-hanging fruit, cat's going to grab low-hanging fruit. You put that high, you put that shit up a couple branches, a couple higher, they can't quite reach. And every once in a while, when you put that branch high enough and they really can't reach, every once in a while they slip and fall. And when they slip and fall, you be like, that's why I told you. I told you not to try that at home, but you tried it at home. Don't do it. You know what I mean? 2, Sean the Lion. You are not entertained, my friend. You're not enjoying the chat? Thank you very much for telling me. I appreciate that. Now, Sean the Lion, get your bitch ass out. Because if you are not entertained, you shouldn't have been here long enough to press the number to press 2, motherfucker. 2 was your exit. It was your exit. Dummy. If I ask who the trolls are, do not admit it. You'll be thrown out immediately. Can you believe how stupid people are? I'm telling you, they're like monkeys sometimes. You can just make them do any old shit. You know what I mean? I let this motherfucker kick himself out. Woo-wee. You should have pressed 2. You should have pressed 2. You should have pressed 2. You should have looked at that 1 real careful. Oh, it came back with a 1. Oh, no. I'll unblock you. Send me an Instagram, dog. Hey, sign up to Instagram and tell me that you the dude that didn't put the 2. I think he cheated. Now are you entertained? Hey, are you entertained now? Seriously, man. Oh, he said, Tunnel Vision said, you basically said, open the door. I promise I won't shoot you. You shot him, damn it. I did not say I would not shoot him. I did not say that. I said, let me know if I'm not entertaining you so that I know if you want me to change topics. I didn't say I was going to actually change topics. I just wanted to know if you thought I should change topics. It's snake language, man. It's snake language. I told you it's snake language. I speak it. That's how the WBC did you. Isn't it with the franchise belt? Ain't that how they did you with the franchise belt? I just did it to a troll. It's the same thing. You bait and you switch. You see that? That's called the bait and switch. I baited your ass because you thought that I was cool with you telling me to change subjects. So I waited for your ass so I invited you to tell me to change subjects. And then I threw your ass out. Bait and switch. Demonstrated live on air. And that, my friends, is what the WBC specializes in. Bait and switch. Bait and switch. Bait and switch. Bait and switch. Bait, you can dance to these dudes and switch. That's Mauricio Sulaiman's go-to move. Bait, bait, switch, distract. Bait, switch, distract, justify. And that's just what it is. And I displayed it for you. You're not getting the shit past me. But you remember now, man, BG in the building, man. I got a new channel. Hey, man, BG, make sure. And when you guys subscribe to the Patreon, make sure you go to the Instagram. Your privileges are coming from the Instagram, okay? Your privileges as a member are coming from the Instagram, and your privileges as a Patreon are coming from the Instagram. If you are in either one of them, you must send me a text and send me an Instagram and say, I'm on Patreon. Put me in the group. I'm a channel member. Put me in the group. Okay? And I'm going to have separate groups for those. And eventually, those are the ones, right? And then certain people that just support that are always there, and we know and we rack it up. So there you go. I just wanted to put that again because this is what this live stream is for. Now you guys firmly know what my live stream is for. It has a purpose, okay? I'm not just getting up here just talking for the shit, just for shits and giggles, okay? I'm shitting and giggling, but at the same time, and I literally mean it, I'm shitting on y'all, hating ass bums, you know, and giggling with everybody else. Shits and giggles. My definition for shits and giggles. Let me go. How much does it cost to become a member? You can go, but Mr. Patronizes, you don't need to do it. All you need to do, Mr. Patronizes, is go to Instagram and say, this is Mr. Patronizes from YouTube. Because you're here enough and you chop it up enough that I don't think you have a mod, but you're here all the time. I know you. Okay? I know you. As much as you can know. You know what I mean? As much as you can know somebody on YouTube. And also, Batman, I'm going to call you because I'm definitely going to make that pop off. Now, let's get to the next subject. Gervonta Tank Davis fights this weekend. He's already the man, though, at lightweight, really. But I'm just telling you that this win, I did a video. Boxing Scene says King Kong Ortiz fights November 7th. BoxRec has no fight for him. What do you know? Go with Boxing Scene. Because Boxing Scene is going to have that when it's reported to Boxing Scene. BoxRec is going to get it once once somebody that works for BoxRec enters it, you know. But the Boxing Scene, that's something that the boxing media is good for. They can tell you when the fight's taking place. Like, they're the number one source for when fights are taking place. They're great at it. Way better than the LDBC. Way better. Okay. That's what, and I suggest as boxing fans that you use people in all of your different boxing resources, right? And for Patreons, if you want to know what I mean by all of your different boxing resources, I'll be more than happy to, for people that want to understand boxing, what all of the boxing resources are. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I hate when I do that. Oh, but yeah, I got it now. So the mainstream media, like, if I tell you that the fight's going to take place on a date, dog, you'd be better off to listen to Steve Kim than me. Okay? Just telling you honest, straightforward. If a fight is going to be on or off, listen to Steve Kim. Do not listen to me unless I've had that person on my channel. Okay? So, like, if 78 says something about Deontay Wilder, believe that before Steve Kim does. because before what you believe for Steve Kim or anybody else in that media, because 78 is going to get it first, right? Because he's straight to the source. Fight dates and things like that. Esau and 007. Tank wins and becomes on the pound for pound list. Where's Teofimo Lopez? Whatever fight, wherever Teofimo Lopez is, one spot above him. Because this is a better win than Vasily Lomachenko. And it's freeing to say that when you don't care about the boxing mainstream media. Because again, they're only good to tell you when the fight's going to be and what somebody said if they have quotations around it. Now, if they tell you that somebody said something and there's no quotation marks around it, ignore it. Okay? Ignore it. But if it has quotations, believe it. Because they're going to uphold those journalistic standards. They're not going to commit like plagiarism. They're not going to commit anything like they're purposely misquoting somebody, right? Often. Sometimes they will. But still, that's the deal. That's what they're good for, because their marketing departments there's benefits to marketing departments, right? Because they tell you what the services are that somebody's offering. And that's what, see, if you think of ESPN, and like all of their talk about boxing, if you think of it as an advertisement for ESPN, like a menu, like if you look at the pound for pound list more like a menu, you know what I mean? And said, oh, this is something that they think I should buy, right? Like, oh, I should buy Lomachenko. I should buy Inoue. I should buy this fighter. I should buy that fighter. Oh, yeah, and there's also this guy over at the PBC. Yeah, you might want to buy him too because he's there. But they're really only saying those other guys so that they can seem objective, because it would be really obvious if everybody was on Top Rank, right? So you got to put a little bit over there just to say, oh, well, I got this guy and that guy. But then if you see that, you'll see how much harder it is for guys in the PBC to make the list. So take, for example, Leo Santa Cruz. And that's why I'm saying this fight is just as good a fight as on paper as Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez was, because it's almost the same scenario. You have a guy, you have a big champion, and you got a little champion. The big champion is Gervonta Davis, and the big champion is Teofimo Lopez in size, right? Let me get to this super chat because I said this is going. Thank you for donation. Been asking for a minute. How do you become a member? And does Tank make the pound for pound list after he beats Leo? Okay, I'm in the middle of answering that question. And how do you become a member? You have to be on your computer, apparently, not on a phone. And when on your computer, when you subscribe on your computer screen or a tablet or something like that, then you can hit the join member, the join button. It'll be right next to the subscribe button. And I actually have to change the tier from OG Boxing Talk to Fannon Live level. Actually, I got to change a perk or two in there. So it'll change. The pricing's going to, not the price, the same thing's going to be there. But anyway, there you go. Oh, absolutely. Unless you use an ellipse. Yeah, if you use an ellipse, there can be a whole bunch of shit that they cut out in between. Of course, I'm sorry. Yes, the ellipses, you have to watch the ellipses. Because when you see that ... that means, oh, they said a lot of other shit that I don't care about, right? And it's a way to mislead people. But that's why I'm saying they're really not journalists. And what you should trust them for is the date of the fight and what networks it's on. So, like, you don't really know that the Kell Brook fight is official until ESPN says it. Well, once ESPN says it, then it's official because ESPN is saying it. They're making an announcement, and Steve Kim's making the announcement, right? Michael Benson in the UK, who's paying him? I promise you, the closer you get to Mike Benson, the closer you will get to a network that is paying him. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Mike Coppinger. Same thing for everybody else. But that's what they're good at. They're good at breaking news because that's what they're paid to do. The promoters give them the news. That's why they can get it and you can't. And that's just the truth. You're not going to, there's very few people, very few circumstances where you're going to get the fight date of a major fight from anybody other than big media. You're not going to get it because the networks give the date and all the networks want to announce it. So you're not going to get it. The most you can get is that you know it's going to happen. It's about closed. It's nearly done. But unless Steve Kim or somebody like that tells you that, Dan Rayfield, somebody like that, it's what you call it? Damn, what do you call that shit? Yeah, anyway, it's just you think that it's gonna happen. And that's what was so fucked up when Eddie Hearn screwed over Dan Rayfield like that and made him put out that fake story. Like, dude, that shit was fucked up. Like when Dan Rayfield reported that Luis Ortiz versus Anthony Joshua was done, you remember that? He relied on a source. Dude, Dan Rayfield ain't going to say that unless he got that shit out the horse's mouth. Okay? Dan Rayfield, you can say a lot of things about Dan Rayfield. He ain't going to make up a fight date. Okay? He's not going to do that. The other shit, like not knowing the lineal line and being able to explain that, he's not going to be able to do that because he's not a real boxing head. He works in boxing. Okay? And there is a difference. Okay? There's a difference. Even though I do think Dan Rayfield really does like boxing. I do believe that. You know what I mean? But hey, man, he toes the company line. But he's with Boxing Scene now. But they'll be towing the line over there too because they still need the promoter. Charles D said, I don't move goalposts. What does that mean? People move but other people will move your goalposts for you. In a second. But whoa, where'd it go? There it goes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So, yeah. Oh, man, Frank the Trucker in the building, man. You hold down the chat, dog. Much love in that super chat, man. Man, I don't know. My phone was over there dead. Thank you so much, Frank the Trucker, man. And make sure you're driving safe, man. I really appreciate what you do for the channel. Said Fannon, I follow you on Instagram, and now I see a video of you walking your dog. Nah, you don't see it. You don't see it of me walking my dog or him. He's in my backyard. Nah, that's my backyard. That ain't a park. That's just a backyard, man. That's my backyard against my fence. And what I'm doing is chilling, reading and responding to comments on Instagram. And my dog was chasing this squirrel, and I was like, oh, let me show people what my dog looks like. Just like I show people in my what behind the scenes look like. You know, I tell you guys, you know, you're gonna get me on Instagram. It's me. It's boxing, but it's you know, that's it. It's just I want to be the dude you talk boxing to. Now, pause, but that's the truth. Huge pause. But yeah, dog, I want to be the person you talk boxing with. First person you think about talking boxing with should be me. And I would feel like I met my goal. Hey, I want to talk boxing. Where's Fannon? Let me send him an Instagram. He'll respond. Yeah, there you go. Hey, let me ask him this question. He'll make a short video for me. Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? It doesn't just have to be on YouTube. Oh. Are you going to watch Usyk Chisora live? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to watch Usyk Chisora live. Should be a good fight. I got Usyk. And he'll have a whole new weight class that he can dominate. Because guess what the WBC did for him? Because Alexander Usyk is not going to be able to beat guys like Deontay Wilder, they created a whole new division for him called the Super Cruiserweight division that will allow him to fight guys his own size. So his pity pat punches So his pity pat punches will mean something. It's just some of the more horse shit, man. It's like, dude, come on, man. Are you getting high? Like, I'm starting to think, are you getting high? Are you out there? Do you drink too much? Like, somebody got to let me know. Because this decision, because those are the type of things that'll make you make those type of decisions, you know. Trust me, I know. Smoke too much weed, dog. You'll think you're a god. Do you have some peyote in that mug or something? Fuck is going on, dog? I'm telling Black Samurai, I'm asking if Mauricio Suleiman is high. Making all these damn decisions. Because, dude, it's like, because it's so ridiculous that you have to wonder, dude, if something's like not right. You know what I mean? Kind of like Delonte West. Like, oh, you mean 130? Oh, what's 130? No. Oh, a super cruiser. Yeah, as a super. Yeah, he made a super cruiserweight division. The WBC is the only sanctioning body that you can get a championship from and be a heavyweight at the same time. So don't go fight for the WBO. Don't go fight for the WBA. Don't fight for the IBF, because I got a special belt just for you where you can be your own champion and the only one in all of boxing. You can be the undisputed super cruiserweight champion of the world. It is flat out stupid, and I don't like talking like that. Exactly. It is flat out stupid. We have gone from the sublime to the ridiculous, which is why I'm telling you, something is ridiculous over there. Okay? Something ain't right in Denmark. Okay? And that's just what it is. You know? We need to stop supporting the green belt. No, we need to dog out the green belt. We need to keep public pressure on the green belt. Okay? We don't. Now, here's my thing, man. There's a great channel on YouTube called D-Style Boxing. And D-Style Boxing, D-Style, I'm from Chicago. I still say D-Style. D-Style Boxing said, when you don't think anything can be worse, just wait. Okay? Now, why I think that the WBC is just on some super duper ridiculous shit. That was a joke, Killer Black Mamba. He said he's small enough to make cruiserweight. He didn't say he was a cruiserweight. So that's the difference. Wilder did talk about going to cruiser. Yeah, but not to super cruiser. He's already a super cruiserweight. What super cruiserweight is Deontay Wilder's weight class. But it's not for Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder can already knock out guys that weigh 290. He's not going to fight guys 225. He's going to be in the heavyweight division like he's already been doing. See, but what they want to do for Usyk is they want to protect Usyk from the big hitters. Because guess what's going to happen to Usyk if he fights somebody that hits too hard? He's going to get knocked out. And Alexander Usyk can come in somewhere around what he should come in, at about 210, right? 215, somewhere around there. He doesn't have to bulk up and steroid up to 250, right? See, I think super cruiserweight is a steroid protection class, because it allows somebody to not have to go way up there with guys that are bigger than them. Just a little bit. It's ridiculous, man. No, not all the great heavyweights were super cruiserweights. No. They could have fought. But I'm pretty sure that Holyfield at a point fought at a higher weight than 225. Mike Tyson has fought at weights higher than 225. But here's the thing. Steroids have people putting on a lot of muscle. And muscle weighs more than fat. So since these steroid abusers are putting on all this muscle, they weigh more. That's all it is. If Muhammad Ali was on steroids, Muhammad Ali wouldn't be 6'3 and a half, 215, 220 pounds. He'd be 245 pounds because he put 20 pounds of muscle on. That's all that is. Don't believe the nonsense when people say it's because people are getting bigger, faster, stronger. No, people are getting on steroids. They want to act like they want to say there's a steroid problem and it is rampant in sports, but ignore it at the same time. No, people are not getting bigger and stronger. They're getting on steroids. Stop it. Okay? If Muhammad Ali was on nandrolone, Muhammad Ali would not weigh 220 pounds. He'd be 245 pounds. He'd be 6'4", 245 pounds. He'd be the size of Dillian cheating ass, steroid ass using White. If you think Dillian White is a bigger man in frame than Muhammad Ali or George Foreman, you're out your fucking minds. He's on steroids. Call it like it is. They're on steroids. If George Foreman in 1969 or 1972, 1973 was on steroids, he would not be 6'4", 230. He would be 6'4", 265. Facts. Stop the lies. You have to make bigger weight classes because your guys are getting busted on steroids. Period. End of story. If steroids are rampant, it's going to affect people's weight. Canelo Alvarez in 1970 would be at welterweight probably. You hear me? Welterweight. The guy is 5'5". Fuck out of here with this dumb shit that he's going to now move all the way to heavyweight. Dog, I'm not going to say who's on steroid and who's not, but I'll tell you this. I am bigger than these guys. I'm bigger than these guys. Stop. You are on steroids. These dudes on growth, these dudes on juice and growth hormones. That's exactly what's happening. But you want to act like it's not. They are literally selling Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury has been suspended for performance-enhancing drugs. So is Canelo. So is Billy Joe Saunders. So is Huey Fury. So is Dillian White. But you think people are just growing exponentially, naturally? No, if you take the steroids out of these guys, they're going to be in the weight class below. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Muhammad Ali right now Ernie Terrell right now would be 6'6", 270 pounds. And if he's a better fighter than Anthony Joshua, he's going to knock Anthony Joshua's ass out because he's the same damn size. Primo Carnera is like 6'6", bum-ass dude from Italy in 1930s. Okay? There have been tall people for a long time. Hate to break it to you. Okay? Hate to break it to you. Bill Russell was 6'9" in 1950. He's taller and more athletic in 1950 than Tyson Fury is right now. And you cannot name me one 6'9" guy right now boxing that is more athletic than Tyson Fury is. But I can tell you several in the 1960s that were. Several. Thank you very much. Connie Hawkins in the 1970s, and he was about 6'7", 6'8". They had him then. Guess who else was over 6'9" way back then? Come on, man. People are not getting bigger, taller, stronger, faster. You got gimmicks like Tyson Fury, who's a fucking cheat. Can't 6'9", 300-pound man can't punch himself out of a brown paper bag and got to cheat guys half his size. And he's allowed to grab and hold and do all that head control. Now watch. I'll prove it. I'll prove it. There's a guy named Barry Robinson. You know who Barry Robinson is? Got a lot of respect from Barry Robinson. Back in the day, when I first started listening to boxing on YouTube, salute to you, man, Game Network. He used to have this channel. He used to always have his stuff on YouTube. And what he would say is, he would review fights, and he would say, look, when you're a champion, some things you got to throw, you got to throw out the manual. And you got to do some things that are different, right? And one thing that he always pointed was head control, right? He pointed to Muhammad Ali in head control. He pointed to George Foreman in head control. If you can control the guy's head, the guy can't do anything, right? If you got a guy in a chokehold, what's he going to do? Can't go anywhere. You got your neck, right? That's what he means, head control. What he really means is neck control. Because the neck moves the head. Okay? So you got to really control his neck. Right? Because you can't control his head without controlling his neck. Only motion comes from the neck. So you're controlling his neck by pulling his head down. You're pulling his neck by shoving his head this way and shoving his head that way. That is illegal. That is an illegal tactic. And it is a legal tactic designed to let taller heavyweights get advantages over shorter ones. It's cheating. But if you corrected that, then you would see that you don't need 6'5" guys that weigh 300 pounds will knock the fuck out of a 6'9" guy that weighs the same if he can get close enough. And the taller guy is not allowed to cheat and hold the top of his head and pull on the top of his head. That's the truth. It's not changing. They're just cheating. It's not changing. They're just cheating. Somebody tell me that you can control somebody's head without controlling their neck. You can't. The neck moves it. You have neck control. And you grab people's necks, you control their breathing, right? So another little nice thing is you get him in a headlock, in this illegal headlock, and then you put your hand, your mitten over his mouth and keep him from breathing. while you're choking him and punching him in the doggone lungs at the same time. Yeah, that's kind of difficult to deal with, but that's not legal. And every referee, you know that's not legal. You know it's not legal. But that's why they have it written in the rules, that you have to give them multiple warnings before you stop them. Why? If you do it, stop, one warning, and then stop. Kenny Bayless let Tyson Fury do that shit 21 times. It was either 12 or 21 times before he stopped him and took away a point. Those are all illegal moves because the guy was taller. Smaller guys can't do that. A small guy would have to jump up to get your neck and grab your neck and pull it down. They're allowing height to be more of a factor than it should be. Okay? Period. Because they don't want inside fighting. They want something that looks pretty on TV. Because it's good for boxing. There's so much massaging of rules and interpretations of rules that it's ridiculous. And you can never legislate it. So what you got to do is talk a lot of shit and let them know that you see what they're doing. And don't take their champions seriously. We got rid of Undisputed off of Teofimo Lopez. Okay? We did. Because they're not calling Teofimo Lopez Undisputed. They're calling him a 4-belt champion. Who fuck cares that you're a 4-belt champion? Guess who else was a 4-belt champion? Anthony Joshua was a 4-belt champion. Okay? And I do believe he did it quicker. Because I think he did it in somewhere around the same time. But he was a 4-belt champion with the IBO. So what? You're not an actual undisputed champion. But then again, let me be reminded of what the WBC. Let me remind you what the WBC said. There is no single champion. There's no such thing as a champion except for champions of my pocketbook. Because I need my money, hoes, and you're going to pay me it. You know what I mean? Redunculous. Man, but I want to thank everybody. If it's not illegal, then why are fighties getting warnings? It is, exactly. It's very illegal. All of that shit is illegal. Dog, you're not supposed to choke somebody in a boxing match. That's grappling. This is not MMA. They took grappling out of boxing years ago. Fannon cringe? I don't understand that. What is that? What does this mean? What is Fannon cringe? What the fuck does that mean? Don't know what that is. Bon Kui, what does that mean? Say, yo, Fannon, what's good, fan? How you been? I'm in good, man. I can't complain about nothing. You know what I mean? Just enjoying life, talking a lot of shit about boxing. But I don't know what in the world. What? Oh, look it up? No. You get the fuck out. How about that? How about that? How about I don't look it up and you get the fuck out? Because I know what cringe means. Like cringe is like, ooh, it's what a bitch does. Ooh, I'm cringing. Nigga, why would I be cringing? Who cringes? Cringe is what some sucker does. Ooh, I'm cringing. It's like, ooh, it makes you cringe. I make you cringe. What kind of coward would admit that I make them cringe? Do you know what cringe means, dummy? Wow. Fannon makes people cringe. He's icky. Cringe, bitch, cringe. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's like some teenage girl shit. Who are you, Kim Kardashian or something? What you think this is? I mean, who are you? Who uses that? You know what I'm saying? Who says that? What male says that? What male said he makes me cringe? What man would say, oh, he made me cringe? Ooh, that was cringeworthy. That's so cringe. Fuck you, RuPaul or something? Who talks like that? Much love to the chat. I'm for real though. Who says cringe? That is as feminine as you can get. I'm feeling testy today. Fuck out of here, man. Much love in the chat. Much love in the super chat. And with that, I'm out. Peace.